Sorry, someone just walked by. Hey bananas, welcome back or welcome to my channel. I am filming this at work. Don't know how this is gonna go. I have no one in the classroom right now. Like, we are completely empty. We're good right now. But listen, I gotta find the time, and this is the time that I have. So this is the video that y'all wanted. This is some. I'm not gonna do all of them because there's so many. This might be like a multiple part series maybe, if y'all want that. But here are some of my toxic work stories. Now, let me preface some things before I go in. So this is obviously not the job that I currently work at, because why would I openly just talk about the toxicity here while being here? A. B, I will not be disclosing where I used to work. If you know where I used to work, please do not disclose that information. A, I don't want to get in trouble. And B, we don't have to be messy. And 3, I am going to make all of these stories alleged for legal purposes. So let's jump right in. Well, I obviously want to start small. I guess the smallest I could start with is we weren't allowed to discuss our pay and salary with each other. My boss was like, no, you're not allowed to discuss this with each other. And I think it was because she was favoring people and paying people more than others with or without qualifications, etc., etc. Allegedly, this actually is alleged, I don't know if it's true or not. Allegedly, there was a male coworker that I had who was being paid the same as me or more, and I was more qualified than he was with my degree and my experience. But he was allegedly getting paid more, and I think it was because he was a man. A Virgo man, but a man. I guess that would be like the smallest one. There would always be beef between people. Not always just like with like me and someone else, but like there was just never a group of people that just got along. And I know like with groups of people, not everyone's going to get along, but you have to, as adults, you have to learn how to work together. And some of these women just couldn't. This isn't alleged. This is 100% fact. This is fact. A lot of older women that I used to work with had issues with me specifically, because at one point I was assistant director of this place, of these multiple locations, and a lot of these older women with more experience, more degrees, like rightfully so, more qualifications, had an issue with me, a 20-something-year-old, telling them what to do. Like, I get it, but not to the point where you have to have issues with me. Like, girl, grow up. It was allowed. It really was. It was allowed, in my opinion, because things would be said to the people in charge, but nothing would really be done other than, oh, you guys need to work together. Like, no, I don't. Actually, no, I don't. No. Another toxic, well, this isn't just one work story. This has happened multiple times. The people who run it, I think, allegedly, they have a control problem. They need to be in control. They need to have the upper hand. They need to be in charge. I don't know why. I don't know what the control issue is, but you can't claim that you want to retire but still have these control issues, because it's not going to work like that. It's not going to work like that. So they tried to control every little thing, and it was just exhausting. Like, no one could do anything without talking to the bosses first. Nothing without talking to the bosses first. And they had to say yay or nay. because they had to be in control. And in addition to that, there were alleged policies that would be put in place. And then when we would follow the policies would then get changed because it would be like a case-to-case situation instead of an overall umbrella policy. It would be changed. If you followed the policy, you were wrong. If you didn't follow the policy, you were wrong. No matter what you did, you were wrong. You were wrong all the time. It didn't matter what you did. Even if it's like state like rule and regulation, you're still wrong, apparently. You're still wrong. Another little piece of toxicity to throw at you. And listen, if you're at any point you're feeling stressed in this video, feel free to click off or pause to digest, because if you're working in a toxic work environment, I'm sure you can understand some of this to an extent. And I feel very bad for you, and I want you to get out. I got out. There is hope. There is hope. But another little piece of toxicity is the people who ran the show. If you hear commotion in the hallway, the kids are coming back from lunch. They're not mine. They would just fire people. Like, I know in Pennsylvania, this is like a fire / like quit, like at will state or whatever it's called. So like employers can fire you pretty much for no reason, but you can also quit for no reason. And that was in the handbook. Like, I signed off on that. I read that. They can fire you for no reason, and you can also quit for no reason. But they would just do that. Like, they had such a bad habit of allegedly firing people day of, like, don't come back tomorrow type stuff. Like, what do you mean? Like, we're short-staffed. Like, every place is short-staffed. What do you mean don't come back? Like, I know they're not that bad. Like, come on. They would just hire any old person off the street, too. And with my place of work, even then, because I'm still in the same field, you can't just do that. My former boss allegedly hired a felon, but we didn't know that this person was a felon until the background check came back. You're not supposed to have anyone in a classroom, especially alone with children, without these specific clearances. If you're in the field, you know. If you have volunteered with children, you may know. So for some reason, my former boss allegedly allowed this person to be in the classroom with children. I don't think alone. I don't think she was allowed to be in there alone because she didn't have her clearances yet, but the whole point is she didn't have her clearances. Sorry, I got a phone call, a very important phone call. Anyway, yeah, so she hired a felon, and we didn't find out that this person was a felon until after the clearances came back. And she had, allegedly had crimes against her, involving her own kids. So interesting. Needless to say, she did not last very long, but I don't know how long this video is because I had to start recording again, but let's see, what's a big one I can throw at y'all? Let's see. There was the drama that ensued summer of 2022 after I left this job. The reason I left this job wasn't because of the toxicity initially, but I'm so glad that I did. I left to finish school with my other college and do the internship or whatever that I really didn't even need to do, but it's fine. And I ended up getting so fed up with the crap show that place was that I was like, I am so glad that I'm leaving. And honestly, I am so glad that I left, because God only knows how depressed I would have been if I would have stayed, because I feel like a lot of my mental health issues were relieved after leaving that place. The whole drama of that summer didn't even have to do with me. It didn't have to do with me, but I got looped into it because of the fact that the person that this was about lives with me. So for some reason that correlates. But long story short, this person told another parent about some of the stuff that goes down, And even though I told them not to do that, they don't listen to me. I told them not to do that, and it turned into this ugly thing. And my former boss was allegedly threatening to take this person to court. And I'm like, do you forget what my mom does for a living? Like, we will slaughter you in court. It was a scare tactic. I wholeheartedly believe it was a scare tactic, and it did not work because we got legal action involved as well. And long story short, that was resolved pretty quickly after that. And another I left on a good note, and they made it sour. They made it a sour note, and they didn't have to do that, but they did. They're very good at burning bridges that they shouldn't be burning. That is what I'm going to leave you with for now. If you want more, I've got much more to share if you would like more. But that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Become a banana today. Join the Banana Bunch. We would love to have you. If you want to know what I'm going to be up to, all my social media will be listed down below like always. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.